Hello children, welcome to this online field trip. I'm Sam and today we're at a pineapple pack house in Kent, which is in the southeast of England. We're here to learn all about pineapples, how they grow, how they're harvested and how they get all the way across the Atlantic Ocean from Costa Rica to here in the UK. That's 5,000 miles away, a long, long way indeed. We have two expert guides joining us today. We have Nick, who's our expert here in the pack house. The pack house here is where they keep the pineapples nice and cool, make sure they're nice and sweet and tasty before they reach our local stores ready for us to buy. Thanks for having us here, Nick.
Thank you.
We also have another expert guide, Raul, who's all the way over in Miami. Now, he is an expert in growing pineapples. Hello, Raul.
Hello, good morning, how are you?
Good morning. Well, it's good afternoon here. I must ask you, what time is it over there for you?
You know, right now it is 8:30 in the morning, so we just finished having breakfast.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I hope you had something nice. We really do appreciate you being with us this afternoon for us. What will you be showing us today, live from Miami, Raul?
Today we would like to talk about why Costa Rica is such a special place to grow pineapples. We would like to show you how we grow and how we take care of the pineapples, how we harvest pineapples, and how we send them to market.
Fantastic, that sounds great. So all of the bit that takes place in Costa Rica and then sending it all the way over here. When the pineapples arrive over here, Nick is our man. So Nick, what are you going to be showing us today in the pack house?
Today I'm going to be talking about what happens to the pineapples once they arrive here in the UK, some of the quality checks that we do, and also why pineapples are great for you to eat.
Fantastic. I will also be learning a little bit about the history of us eating pineapples in the UK. It really is fascinating stuff. So we have a packed online field trip. Before we get stuck in though, let's meet the people that we have taking part today. Let's go over to our schools and meet the children. First of all, of Mr. Handley's class, who are in Woodlands Academy in Great Yarmouth. Hello, children. It's really great to have you taking part. Happy New Year as well. Let's go to All Saints School in Barry, where Miss Daunton's class is taking part. Hello, children. Hello, Miss Daunton. And finally, let's go back to Woodlands Academy. We have another class taking part there today. Let's go to Mr. Brooks' class. Hello, everybody. Hello, children. It's great to have you all watching and learning with us today. I know some of them, Nick, have already been learning about pineapples, so we will put them to the test. I think we might have some pineapple experts out there. We'll find out what you have learned a little bit later on. But first of all, let's start off by learning about pineapples. Now, we've already met Raul over in Miami. Now, Raul lives in Miami, he works in Miami, but he spends a lot of time in Costa Rica, which is where the pineapples grow, isn't it, Nick? So let's go over to Raul now and find out a little bit more about pineapples. And first of all, Raul, could you tell us a bit more about the plant that a pineapple grows from?
Okay, the pineapple is a tropical fruit, and by that we mean that it grows in the tropics. The tropics is that region very near the equator. It has a climate that is very warm, sometimes hot, and it is very humid. It gets a lot of rainfall. The pineapple belongs to the family of plants known as bromeliads. That is a very large family of plants. There's more than 3,000 species. Some of the characteristics of the pineapple is that they have their leaves, they have these very parallel veins, and they have these small scales that help the plant absorb water. They all produce flowers, but the pineapple is really the one plant that produces a fruit. And the way it happens, when the pineapple plant flowers, it produces many flowers. It produces like 300 flowers, 200 to 300 flowers that fuse together to form the fruit.
Fantastic. So the pineapple is a unique fruit. It's the only fruit that uses all the flowers and fuses together in a kind of like into berries and then into the fruit then, Nick. And we have
that's right.
a bromeliad here, don't we? This is a relation to a pineapple.
Yeah, it's from the same family of plants. Obviously, it's not a pineapple, but again, as you say, that family of plants, you'll get the flowers, which turn into berries and fruitlets, which make the fruit.
Fantastic, that's great. Really, really interesting fruit then, a pineapple. I'm wondering whether some of our children already knew this, Nick, because as I said, I think we have some budding pineapple experts out there. So time to put our children to the test. Let's go over to Woodlands Academy, where Mr. Handley's class have some pineapple facts already for us.
If you cut the top of a pineapple and plant it, another pineapple will grow.
That's a really great fact. So Nick, is this true? If you cut the top of a pineapple off and plant it, another pineapple will grow?
That's right. Yeah, the top of the pineapple or the crown, that will actually grow into another pineapple.
Fantastic. Oh, endless pineapples then. Eat the pineapple, cut it off. I'm guessing we can't grow them in this country though, can we? We haven't got the tropical weather like Raoul said.
No, not quite the right climate for that, but yeah, right conditions, it will grow.
Fantastic fact. Let's get another fact from Woodlands Academy.
The flowers on a pineapple plant are normally red or purple in colour.
What a great fact. So the flowers on a pineapple plant are normally red and purple. Red or purple.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, good fact.
Really good fact. Right, let's get another one of these great facts.
In most other countries, pineapples are called ananas.
That's a really good fact and a little bit of a language lesson here. So in most other countries, pineapples are called ananas.
Yeah, I think virtually all other countries, that's the name they're called by.
Great, lovely. One more fact, shall we get? These are good, aren't they? Very good.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
The first pineapple to arrive in Europe was brought back on a voyage by Christopher Columbus.
That's a really great fact. So the first pineapple to arrive in Europe was brought to here by Christopher Columbus.
Yes, yeah, that so would have been about 500 years ago.
Wow,
Yeah.
a long, long time ago. Wow. Okay, well, time for our first video. Let's learn more about pineapples. And this is all about how pineapples grow on that farm in Costa Rica.
Pineapples, from farm to fork. At this farm in Costa Rica, pineapples are planted all year round. The farmer's first job is to prepare the soil. The pineapples don't like too much water, so raised beds are made, meaning that any extra rain can flow away and won't damage the plant. Next, the best seed plants from last year's crop are loaded onto trucks and scattered along the raised beds. Each one will have 2 rows of pineapples planted in it. Each pineapple is planted by hand, with equal space between them. It's important for the plants to develop at the same rate, so they all get the same amount of nutrients and sunlight, enabling them to grow to be roughly the same size. On this farm, around 75 million pineapples are grown every year. It takes 8 months of growing before the plants are ready for the next stage. The farmer drives his tractor through the fields, and using a special machine called a crop sprayer, sprays each plant with a substance called ethaphon. Ethaphon lets the plant know it's time to start developing the fruit. This process is called induction. The pineapple fruit will now begin to form, and 5 weeks after induction, it looks like this. Over the next 15 weeks, it will develop into a fully grown pineapple. It takes an amazing 12 months from when the pineapple is planted to when it is ready to be harvested. At this farm in Costa Rica, most of the pineapples are picked by hand because using machines could bruise or damage the fruit. Each fruit is picked and placed on a conveyor belt and then placed in a large bin. From the field, the pineapples are taken by truck to a nearby packing station. A sample of the fruit is inspected to make sure the pineapples are as tasty as they should be. They can tell how sweet the fruit is by looking at a sample of the juice through an apparatus called a refractometer. Next, they are taken to the washing area. The bins are then dipped into water to wash the fruit, removing any dust that might be on the surface. The fruit in the tank floats to the top, where it is pushed by water pressure towards a conveyor belt. Next, any pineapples which are not of the right size or quality are removed. They are taken away to be turned into juice or other pineapple products. The pineapples that are the perfect size and shape are packed into boxes according to size. They are then ready for their long journey to the UK. The ship travels from Limon in Costa Rica to Portsmouth in the UK. Once the ship arrives into port, the crates of pineapples are unloaded. Then they are moved to a cold storage area, where they are ready to be quality checked before being sent to your local store.
Welcome back. Now in that video we saw how pineapples grow. I think we should go over to our pineapple growing expert though in Miami. Raul, I didn't realise that pineapples don't grow from a seed.
Well, pineapples do produce seeds. They're very small. When you cut up on a pineapple, and if you look very carefully, you will find these little tiny seeds. They're like a miniature apple seed. Today, I cut this pineapple, and I hope you can see I found one seed. That seed is it takes very long to germinate and produce a plant. So we learned early on that the crown is probably the best planting material. But since we sent all of our pineapples with crowns, we don't have enough crowns to plant new plantations. So what we do, after we harvest a field, we allow those mother plants to stay in the field and produce these shoots that we call suckers. Those are the ones that you saw